Hi everyone, welcome back. How are my bookish friends doing? Hope you're all doing okay. I am actually filming on a different day. I'm filming earlier than normal because I've been having a few runs of not being able to upload on my usual day. So I'm going to try filming a bit earlier so that I can edit earlier. I'm still going to upload on a Saturday morning if I can. But at least then hopefully it should all be sorted out and it gives me a bit more time if anything gets delayed. So we'll see how this goes. It's currently Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And yeah, today I am coming at you with a certain miniature book haul. And if you've seen my thumbnail, I'm hoping to use at least one of the pictures I took. It's not little. Now it's been it's been over a couple of months-ish, maybe a little bit less. So it's not all at once. And some of them were really cheap / free because I did get some ebooks. And I'm trying to decide what to do first. And I think I'm going to do ebooks first because I do have some from Kindle Unlimited as well, which I'm going to include, but obviously they don't really count because obviously depending on how many you get, I think you have to take them back if you don't have space, or you have to pick what to bring back, something like that. So yeah, because of that, I am kind of including them. But they don't really count. So yeah, I think I'll start with those, and they're the easiest to sort out because I just have to hold this up. So it works. So one of them is a book that I'm currently reading. It was a free review ebook thing, and I can't remember what it's called because I had to download it. So it's that one there, and the title isn't coming up. Here we go. It's not a very good cover because it's black and white, but this is the actual cover, but because it's not an official Kindle book or whatever, it doesn't show up. But it's called Bound by Blood, and it's by Sean David Brink. This is a Christian fiction, and it's Christian, what did he call it? It's spiritual warfare. That was it. So it's a spiritual warfare book. And yeah, it's been interesting. I'm not that far into it. Okay, sorry about that. I found where I'm up to now. So yeah. So it just gives me the sort of Kindle covers basically, and yeah, I'm only on chapter 3, so I'm not far on Bound by Blood yet. But Sean sent me a email asking me if I wanted to review it, and it sounded interesting. I've not really read any spiritual warfare books, not specific ones anyway, and I thought it might be something I like, so I thought I'd try it. So I haven't got any proper thoughts yet. There's a few typos, but it's been interesting. I'm getting into it, so I think it'll be a good book, at least to me anyway. So yeah, we've got that one. With the next book that I got is a Kindle Unlimited book, and it's called A Lady's Last Mistake, a Bow Street Duchess romance. This is by Cara Devlin. This is the cover. I'm not sure if it's clean or Christian or not, so I might end up having to DNF it. I don't know. But yeah, that is another one that I picked up. It's supposed to be like a Regency romance, and I think it looks like it's a standalone, but it's a companion to a mystery series. So that might mean that it has a mystery in it as well. I don't know. But yeah, that is one of the Kindle Unlimited books. So yeah, that might be interesting. I don't know. The next one that I did buy, this I got cheap. And this is a non-fiction, Christian non-fiction, and this is The Fruit of the Spirit, The Measure of Christian Maturity, and it's by Andy Ripley. So there you go, there's the cover. I've not started it, so I don't know what it's like. Hopefully it will be interesting. Hopefully it will help me to grow as a Christian and all of that lovely stuff. So yeah, that's that one. The next book I also bought, I think. Did I buy it? Yes. And this one I also bought cheap. I can't remember how much they all were. They did vary, so some of them were like £3. Others were cheaper. I think one of them might have been free actually, but I can't remember. I know there were free ones. I just can't remember if I picked one of those up, but that's fine. But the next one is Hidden Mysteries and the Bible. This is by Larry Ollison, PhD. And this is about aliens/UFOs, giants, time travel, multiverse, AI, and other unexplained phenomena. It sounded interesting, and it was part of the Christian fiction, so I'm assuming it's from a Christian's perspective. But it's like, mysteries of the world / people's thoughts on these things like aliens, and I guess I think maybe from the perspective of Christian, from the Bible, or like what it might mention things, because obviously it mentioned giants, and obviously they're mentioned in the Bible, so I don't know, something like that. When I read the description, it sounded interesting, so yeah, I'll get to that at some point. I don't have any particular time scale that I want to read these all just books that looked and sounded interesting, so I thought I'd pick them up. This next one is also Kindle Unlimited, and this is Endless Frontier, The Hunter and the Knight by Brett Lurie. There's the cover. Again, this is a non-Christian, I think, and this is basically archaeology bits. There's Egypt, so it sounded interesting. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, don't mind if I do. It sounded good. I can't remember what it's about though, because it's been a little while since I did it, like a week or two. So yeah, I did pick that one up. It sounded interesting. And the next one is a book that a lot of people will probably end up knowing about, and this is a Ruth Ware book, and this is One by One. This again I got cheap. This isn't Kindle Unlimited, this is to keep. It sounded interesting in the description, and I haven't read any Ruth Ware, so I wanted to give it a try. And what I didn't know until I caught a bit of a series type thing was that Ruth Ware is British or English, either way from the UK, and I didn't know that. Oh yeah, it was about Agatha Christie. There was like a little documentary, and a few, I think, British mystery authors were together talking about her because she influenced them. So yeah, and I was like, oh, Ruth Ware, I've heard of her. I didn't know she was British. So yeah, so that was interesting. The next one the last one that I've not read, and I can't remember if I've talked about it or not, so I'm going to talk about it here. I've not read it, so there's not much to say, but this is a book by Michael Crichton, who, if you don't know, wrote the Jurassic Park series. I've not read the Jurassic Park, but I have seen the films. Apparently he's writing as John Lang in this, and this is called Easy Go. There it is, and as you can see again, Egypt. It sounded interesting, so I thought I'd give it a try. I've also never tried Michael Crichton either, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like, basically. So yeah, that's all of my ebooks that I have picked up. Right, so the next bit is the longest bit. This is all my physical books that I have picked up. And I'm going to start with the ones that I have less of, and I'll explain why in a minute. So a couple of books. So the books that I have picked up have been a mixture of books from Waterstones in person, Waterstones online, and Tesco, which is one of my local supermarkets, like one of the big ones where they have books. Oh yes, and one of them is also a gift from my mum. Well, kind of gift. It was a book of hers. So I'll start with that one because there's only one for that one. And this is The Dark Lady by Akala. This is a young, this is like a teenager, sort of probably older middle grade or something sort of book. And it is an adventure. I think it might also be, there's like maybe a fantasy, but it looks like it's set, it does look like it is still set in London, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a bit, a bit of both, a bit like real life mixed with magic sort of thing. It sounded interesting, the blurb. My mum isn't a big reader. But I can't remember if she either knows the author or she really likes the author. I can't remember. Or, well, both. Because she actually read this twice. And you don't know my mum, but I do. Mum isn't a reader. She doesn't read. She just can't stick with it. So she's not read that many books. But she's always encouraged me to read as a kid, and also my siblings too, but they're not as interested these days at the moment anyway. So yeah, when my mum said it's really good and she's read it twice, I was like, well, I've got to give this a chance. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know about any content. With it being a teenage for teens, I'm expecting a little bit of swearing, but hopefully not too much. And I don't know about anything else, and I don't actually know about swearing either, but yeah. But yeah, this is the one from my mum. So the next one, which is the next one up sort of thing, is the two books that I picked up at my local Tesco. And I made a bit of a mistake. A happy one, because I don't regret it. But I saw there was an offer on, 2 for £9.50, which is fantastic because most paperbacks these days in the UK can be that price, like £9.99, £10. Sometimes they're cheaper, it just depends. And yeah, however, that's only if you use their little club card, like special card thing where you can get discounts on all of your shopping sort of thing. But I didn't think about that. I didn't register that when I looked at the little label saying 2 for £9.50. Usually I'm good at things like that because I notice it with other things like food and what have you. But I just saw books and I think I just got a bit overexcited. Because I don't usually find anything good at Tesco because it's your usual sort of popular fiction, as well as some non-fiction. So yeah, I picked up 2 books. And the first one is by Andrea Mara, and this is Someone in the Attic. It's a thriller. I've seen this around before and it sounded really good, so I wanted to keep it. It's quite big writing, so I'm hoping it will be quite fast paced if it's a good thriller. So yeah, I don't know if any of you have read it. I don't know about content because obviously this is adult fiction, so yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see about content, but there we go. But the next one is a very famous also thriller author, and she's very popular at the moment, and that is Frida McFadden, and this is The Boyfriend. I've not read any of her books either, so I don't know about content. I know someone recently read The Crash. I think it was Hannah from the Teachers TBR. She read that and she said there's quite a lot of like triggery sort of content. So I'm not sure what this one will be like in terms of content and sexual content, with it being The Boyfriend. But it sounded the most interesting because I did look at The Crash that was actually available, but I wasn't that interested. So I picked this one up because I remember hearing about it and thought that actually sounds quite interesting. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. Again, big writing, so it should hopefully be a good read. Hopefully it'll be good with it being a thriller. Okay, so the rest of these books are all from Waterstones. Some of them were posted because I bought these with voucher things. Someone gave me a Christmas present with some money on the voucher thing, and it has like different places you can spend it on. And I think she gave me £15. She gave me £15, but when I tried to do it online, it didn't have that as an option. So I had to go a bit higher. I think I picked £25 instead. So I, with my own money, added on to some of that. So yeah. So I spent 25 quid online. And then I also found another voucher, again, similar type of premise. You know, you can spend it on a varying different amount of places. And so I chose Waterstones for that as well. And that one I had to do in person. And that one had £20. So all in all, I spent about £45, which actually for the amount of books I got is really good, actually. I think some of them were children's, which is quite fortunate. And then also, oh yes, that's why it was cheaper. I just remembered. Most of them were on offer for buy one get one half price, and so obviously they were newer fiction, because that was all I picked up. So yes, yes, I'm very excited. Okay, I'm going to go in order because two of them are a continuation in the series that I'm reading. This is a middle grade series that, if you've been watching my videos, you'll have heard me talk about a few times. And this is the Murder Most Unladylike Mystery Series by Robin Stevens. This is a kind of 0.5 type of thing. This is a set of short stories of mysteries that the main two girls, Hazel and Daisy, have solved in between the main ones that we hear in the main series. So yeah, and also look at those sprayed edges, aren't they just gorgeous? And you know what makes me really sad? One of the books that I picked up, the Christmas one, it doesn't have the sprayed edges like the others do, so now it's the odd one out. So I'm a bit sad about that. It kind of tempts me to rebuy it and hope that there's the sprayed edges. But we'll have to see. I got it cheaper, that Christmas one, so that's probably why. But then again, I think some of mine were cheaper that I got online, so I don't know. Don't ask me. But yeah. But this is like a 0.5. This comes out after the Christmas one first, and then the next book I'm going to talk about is the official book that came out the same year as this, but a bit later, and it's the main book for the series. And so that is A Spoonful of Murder by Robin Stevens. This is book 6. So the other one was 5.5, and then this is book 6, and this is interesting. So they travel to Hong Kong in this. This is going to be interesting, because we have yet to see Daisy's experience as being the non-main race, I guess, is how to describe it. I'm trying to say it in a very nice way. Not that I want to be unnice, but like, you know, like, I can't think of a way to say it that isn't horrible, I guess. But obviously, if you have seen my other videos, Hazel is a Chinese girl. So, and her dad sends her to England to this boarding school. And basically, she makes friends with this little girl called Daisy, who obviously is white. So it will be interesting to see Daisy as the only person who isn't the main sort of. Is it race? I always get the words wrong because I can never do words. But like, she'll probably be the only or very few white people in China or Hong Kong. Sorry. And I could be wrong. This is just my assumption because I've not read this. That knowing what us Brits are like, there's probably more white people in this than I would expect. But yeah, so yeah, this will be interesting. So yeah, we'll have to see what this is like. But yeah, should I show you the spread edges? Look at these. So these are the 2 books in the series. Oh, I love it. Beautiful colours, beautiful colours. I think I like this one the most, but I do like this colour. But I mean, purple is beautiful too. Okay, so the last middle grade or children's that I picked up was Hunt for the Golden Scarab by M.G. Leonard, and is illustrated by Manuel Zumbarak. I can't pronounce his name because there's a little thing over the S. Does that mean it's supposed to be a Z sound? I don't know. I'm terrible with S's and Z's anyway. But this is a new series, I think, called Time Keys. Apparently it's time travel type stuff, I think. Yeah, or at least there might be time travel because apparently one of the main characters, his mum has a secret and she can open doors in time. So yeah, and it looks like, can you tell? It's another Egypt one. I had to. I saw it when I went to Waterstones in person, but I didn't know about it until at the end when I had already bought everything and I was going into the cafe, because in Waterstones we have a cafe on the top floor and they have a few books like on the counter. I don't know how often they change it. It might be every month or something, where if you have one of these books, you can get a drink for free, I think. So I didn't know that, and not that I would have picked it up for the free drink, although that's always a bonus. It just looked really good because I saw the pharaohs there. I was like, oh my goodness, why did I not see this before? I could have picked a cool book up and gotten a free coffee. Winning. But instead, I just had to buy it online. And unfortunately, we are past the month because it was in February when I saw this in person. And now we're in March, so it's not available for free coffee anymore. I know, what a shame. But that's fine. I would have picked it up anyway. But this one also has sprayed edges. There you go. It has a bit of blue on it. It's very nice. So yeah, that's my other middle grade. Hopefully it'll be good. There's illustrations as well as Manuel whatever he's called. Sorry, Manuel, because you'll have to be watching this. But yeah, so there's like, pictures. There you go. So yeah, hopefully it'll be good. It looks good. It sounds interesting, the blurb, so yeah. Okay, so the rest of these... Wait, no! Guys, there's one more that I picked up online from Waterstones. Now, to preface, this is the sequel in a series that I have not started. But I am hoping to start it this month. Now, in Waterstones, I can never find Christian fiction in person. It will partly be because I don't necessarily know all of the authors that I might want to try, or I can't remember them. And then also I think it's just because Christianity isn't big, for one, not anymore, in the UK I mean. And also Christian fiction, I don't think it's very well known in the UK. I didn't know about Christian fiction until Christian BookTube. So, you know, I just thought, oh, it's just the Bible and then Christian non-fiction, you know, Christian living, you know, all of that sort of stuff, history stuff. So, yes, it's not always easy to come about. Especially with mainstream bookstores like Waterstones. But online it exists. And my book that I talked about last month, Brave by Misha Andrews, I picked that up online at Waterstones. So I was like, ooh, maybe I should see if they have any other books. So I had a look around, I looked at Misha Andrews and I looked at a couple of other people. I can't remember who. But I settled on one that I am interested in, and also helps add two books in total for a series. Because if you don't know, I have 2 books in the Timeless series. I think that's the only series I have at the moment, yeah. But I only have 1 book in a different series that I want to get to, that I'm going to start. And I thought, oh, let's see if the sequel's on there. And guess what? It was. That was a bit loud, wasn't it? I am a bit of a weirdo. So I picked up To Spark a Match by Jen Tuano. This is book 2 in, is it The Matchmakers? Yeah, The Matchmakers. So I picked this up. Yay! So I'm excited. If any of you seen my TBR from March, book 1 is on my TBR. And you know what I've realised since filming that? All of my books are historical for this month. I mean, where is this for historical fiction month, huh? Huh? It's fine. So, I mean, one of them is a mixture, the Ministry of Time, because I think there's like time travel stuff, but I'm counting it, okay? I'm counting it as historical fiction, okay? Because I haven't read it yet, so I don't know how much of it is taking place in the past, because I don't know what it's about. Not really. I think I did read the blurb, but I can't remember it now, so there we go. Oh, that's a good coffee. So yeah, apparently it's historical fiction month this month. So the next load of books I picked up in person. I don't often go to Waterstones in person. I do really enjoy it though. I love it. But the problem is, I know that if I go and I go, oh well, I'll only go to the cafe. Yeah, no one will believe me. None of you even know me that well, and you will all not believe me either. I know it, because I don't believe me. So that's why I don't go often, because I spend enough books as it is. No, I spend enough money on books as it is. So yeah, I have some more books. So, again, I think they're all historical again. Well, one of them I'm not sure about if it is historical. Oh, hang on. No, well, I don't know. So I'll start with the one that isn't really historical, and that is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. Now, I picked this up despite the fact that I've not read any of Riley Sager's books yet, and I already have 2. And I have to remind myself that Riley Sager is a man, because I keep wanting to think it's a woman, because my brain keeps going Riley and keeps going to Inside Out, because I think the main character is called Riley in that. See, this is the one thing that I don't like about unisex names when it comes to authors. Unless you know already, or there's a picture literally on the back, because some of them do have their pictures. You don't know if it's a man or woman, and not that it really matters. But if you're doing what we're doing, what I'm doing, okay. Well, if we're talking about them and we say the wrong gender, I mean, to be fair, I think most of the authors probably don't know or care too much. I hope anyway. But yeah, anyway. So I picked this up mainly because I wanted it to add to my collection. Oh, that was why, yeah. Because I only had a certain amount of money on my card. So I wanted to boost it up so that I could spend like as much money, like all of the money basically. I think I went over a little bit, so I had to add a bit more money to it of my own. But not much. I think it was only about £10, £15 more than the thing. So I did quite well. So yeah, this is a thriller. I don't know much about it, and the reason why I thought it might be historical is because of the picture. Now, to be fair, it talks about something happening in 1994, but then cutting forward to 30 years later, neither of which are really historical, I don't think. Would you think the 90s is historical? You'll have to let me know. What counts as historical? Like, how much time has to have passed for it to be considered historical? I would like to know that. As Davy from Anne of Avonlea says, I want to know. Okay? If you haven't guessed, I'm a bit nuts. I'm fun though. I'm nice. I'm not like dangerous. So the next ones are definitely historical. I seem to have a bit of a thing with historical. Anyway, so I picked this up. This is called The Wager by David Gran with 2 N's. I can't read it on the main cover because the stickers are in the way, of course. But it sounded interesting. It's a tale of shipwreck, mutiny, and murder. And yeah, I like things like pirates. I don't know if this is pirates, but it could be. But yeah, it sounded really interesting, kind of like a mystery. Oh, that sounds so good. Sounds so good. Ooh, it's not too long either. No. Wait, did he write that? Interesting. Oh, there's illustrations, guys. There's illustrations. There's a credit of illustrations at the back. Wait. Oh! Guys, look at these pictures. Oh, and they're in colour. Oh, mate. Whoa. Guys, look at these. I'm not gonna lie, that makes me even more excited to read that. Okay, so the next one is one by an author I have seen a lot. She does a lot of historical fiction, and I think it's often included actual actually I'm not sure if it's historical fiction. Anyway, I think it's a mixture of fiction and fact because, like with The Wager, there's coloured pictures. Okay, I'll show you them after. You need to know what it is. So this is called The Emperor of Rome by Mary Beard. She does a lot of historical stuff. This is ruling the ancient Roman world. I love the ancient world. I love ancient Egypt. Ancient Rome is becoming quite interesting to me, as well as ancient Greece as well, I guess. But yeah, ooh, guys, there's maps at the front. Look at And that. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure how fictional it is. Look, there's the map. But then, let me show you. You need to see these, okay? Oh, boy. Look at these. What? It's like having an actual painting in your own home. You could go to the art gallery without going to the art gallery. Anyway. Yeah, so I think this is mostly actual facts, I think. But it's kind of written like in short story form. So yeah. This should be interesting. Yeah. It sounds interesting. It's a bit thick, but it sounded really good, so we'll have to see. So I only have one thing left to talk about because I had to pick it up, but we'll talk about it after a coffee break. Everything that I got in person at Waterstones was basically just books, apart from one thing. And I should just never go to Waterstones because there are so many other things as well as books that I could just spend all my money on. Never mind bookmarks. I was very tempted by some more bookmarks. I am not even kidding. But I didn't pick any up because I decided to pick this up. A little bit of a, what do you call it? Embroidery kit. And they said it's good for beginners because I've never done embroidery. I can sew a button back on and maybe sew up a little bit of a hole, but that's about it. I can't do any proper sewing. Not that it's necessarily proper sewing, because when I'm saying proper sewing, I'm talking about making like clothes or like shortening them, etc. I can't do anything like that. But I had to pick this up because look at that. A book a day keeps reality away. I had to. It's got paddle books. I couldn't not, okay? I couldn't not. And I thought I might, when I make this, put it up on my wall. Probably this one. So that hopefully you guys might see it. Because I know I've got fairy lights. Very nice, very nice. I don't always turn them on. But it'd be nice to have something else. I've never really had much on my wall. So, yeah. I wanted to pick this up. There were a few other ones that I really wanted. There was also one with a cat and books. There were some other ones. I think there was one with sunflowers, which I really like the look of. So yeah, there was quite a few different cross-stitch patterns that I would like. If I like that one enough, I might buy more. I don't know. Have a whole like cross-stitch wall. So yeah, that is my book haul plus one non-book. It's a lot of books. It is over time. Some of it is from last month, and then, well, yeah, all of it is from like last month / maybe a bit of January, I think. Although I think that Michael Crichton one is earlier than that. I can't remember, because that's the thing. I can't remember if I've talked to you about his one or not. But anyway, that's fine. So yes, that was the long-awaited book haul. I have been so excited to do it. I almost prioritised it over my wrap-up. But I like to keep my wrap-ups as close to each month as possible. And my TBRs. So like as close to the end of the month for the next month. And then as close to the start of the month for the previous month. For the wrap-up. Not that it's important. Does it matter? No. But it's me, okay? It matters to me. Just a little bit anyway. I don't mind if it ends, if something had to happen or I was delayed. I mean, then that's that, but yeah. So yeah. Have you picked up any books lately? Is there anything you're really excited to get to? And have you picked up any extras, like bookish related things, you know, like the cross stitch or I don't know, a bag for your books or something? Do you even keep a bag for your books? I mean, I use bags and put books in them, you know, when I'm going out. But, but I don't have an actual book bag, although my bedroom would disagree. But that's not because I'm keeping them in the bags because of that. I'm keeping them in my bags because of space, for now. Anyway, so yeah, that is my book haul, and I need to finish because I am coming up to 50 minutes, which is nearly an hour, and I can tell you now, most of this will not be edited out because it's a book haul. There's nothing to edit out type of thing, or very little. So yes, I hope you all are having a blessed week. I hope you are all doing well. I hope none of you are getting ill or anything. I know things are going around even here in the UK. Somehow I've managed to avoid it, but it's usually this time of the year where I do get ill, so we'll see. We will see. But yes, thank you for taking the time to watch this, because I know most of my videos are not short. I try to be succinct, but it just doesn't always work out because I am my mother's daughter. I used to think I wasn't a chatterbox. Then I got older, and then I started filming videos, and it's like me talking to myself, except there's a camera and there'll be people watching this back. So yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, thank you for watching. I often forget to say this, but if you would like to see more, take a look on my channel. I have more videos. I'm usually pretty regular, once a week, usually on a Saturday, but there have been times where I have been delayed, like with my previous video, my wrap up. So yes, that's what I'm trying to say. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Like the video, leave a comment. Have you had any book hauls recently, no matter how big or small, even if it's just one book? In fact, if it's one book, you'll know what it is, so let me know. If you want, let me know what you picked up. Yes. Yeah, that's about it, really. I'm very excited to start this. I have forced myself to not open this and start this because I wanted to talk about it. So you're welcome. Okay. Bye, my loves. Hello, I'm back. Oh. So, you know how I was doing a book haul? Well, it's a couple of days later and it's not good, guys. It's bad news. I picked up some more books. But to be fair, I did go to a charity shop. So, recycling, right? Yeah? Maybe? So I'm not going to be long because I know my actual video was already really long. So because I hadn't edited anything yet, I wanted to just get this over with. So I went to a charity shop and I had what I would say is the best haul I've ever had for books at a charity shop, because normally if I do get any books, it's maybe one or two from one charity shop. Sometimes that's all I get from multiple charity shops if I buy any books at all. So the fact that I have bought this many books from just the one is very impressive. I'm quite surprised. It doesn't normally happen. So the majority of them are from one author. So I will leave those ones for last. But I have 6 books to just show you. And yeah, I don't want to be long, so I'm gonna just be quick. Right, so the first one is a gift. Not for myself, from someone else. This is actually a gift for my grandma. And this is Miss Austen by Jill Hornby. There is currently a series that my grandma has been watching on the BBC, an adaptation of this book. And when I mentioned that this was a book, she seemed interested, and I was like, would you like me to get you the book? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to read it. So I got her this. I'll probably give this to her for Mother's Day, because that's coming up here in the UK. I know it's different where most of you are which is America. But I got this for £2, which is about average these days for a charity shop book. And it's really good. My grandma will like it. It's very decently big writing, so that's good. And it's very floppy too. I mean, look at that. It's very nice. Very nice. Very nice to use. So yeah, I don't know how much of it is based on real life, but I know it's based on Cassandra Austen, Jane Austen's sister, and I think it's like about the letters she burned and stuff like that. I think it's more than that as well, but anyway, so yeah, it should be interesting. Also, I hope she'll enjoy it. She enjoyed the series, so she stands in good stead to enjoy the book. The next book is, the rest of these books are all for myself now, but the next book is the cheapest book I've ever bought from a charity shop in a very, very long time, because like with everything else, even charity shop books go up in price. So this book I got for £4, and this is the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. I know, I've heard a lot of people talking about it really recently. So when I saw this, I was like, well, I have to. And then when I saw the fact that it was £1, and despite how small it looks, it's very big writing. There you go. So that's really good, because often, like say with A Christmas Carol, it's a short book, but the writing's tiny, but that's not the case for this one, so that's really good. So I picked this one up, so I'll be looking forward to getting to that at some point. Now the rest of these are all by the same author, so once you've seen one, you'll know who the author is. This bit of hair is really annoying me because it's so straight. Anyway, so the first book is a genre that I've not tried from this author before, so it'll be interesting, and that is A Christmas Party by Georgette Heyer, and I really like the cover. And again, the writing is pretty big, not that that's important for me, but as a few of you will know, I've read a few of her books, and I've got another one on my TBR for this month. So when I saw this and the others, I just had to pick them up. There is one of hers that I didn't pick up, but that's because I didn't really like the cover. The rest I do like the covers of, so that's why I picked them up, as well as the fact that the books I've not read. So yeah, this one is a whodunit, and I think there's going to be some puns or some allusions to other Christmas themes, because apparently there's someone called Scrooge who gets murdered. So that should be funny. She does write funny books, so I'm expecting to have a bit of a laugh as well. Okay, so that was £2, by the way. Christmas Party. That was £2. This next one is also £2 by Georgette Heyer, and this is The Corinthian, and just look at that cover. The rest of these covers are this sort of style, and I love that. It's also very short, which is great. So yeah, I think this is more in her romance genre now, romance and comedy and stuff. So yeah, I didn't really read the blurbs for most of these, so yeah, but they're already £2. So if I don't like them, I can take them back to a charity shop. It's no big deal. This next one by Georgette Heyer is These Old Shades for £2 as well, and look at that cover. Look at that. Gorgeous. So yeah, again, didn't read the blurb for this. Oh, but it's under the reign of Louis the 15th, so that's interesting. Oh, it looks like this might be set in France. Right, it looks like this is set in France and England in the same year, I assume, or years. So this last one, which is also £2, and unfortunately the price sticker is on top of the face, but that's okay. And that is The Reluctant Widow, and again, gorgeous cover. I had to pick it up. So yeah, And again, I don't really know what this is about either. Which is good, it means that I get to finish this off really quickly. Okay, so yeah. These are all the books I picked up at the charity shop. I don't normally get this many books at once from charity shops. It was a really good haul. I think most of the Georgette Heyer books, I think they all came from the same person. Because, you know, one author, same type of cover. I'm assuming they're from the same person. So that's really cool. It means I was able to get some more books. Who doesn't need more books? I mean, it's not like I have a small bedroom or anything. No. My bedroom's massive. Well, anyway. So that's it. Hopefully there won't be another book haul before I upload this video. Anyway. So yeah. That's all the books that I have also picked up. So like I said in the first one, thank you for watching. Have you picked up any books lately, or are you on a book buying ban? And how is that going for you if you are? And yeah, is there anything you're really looking forward to out of the books you've recently picked up, if you have picked any up? Or just tell me what you're looking forward to anyway, you know, even if you've not picked it up recently. So yeah, thank you for watching. God bless. And I will see you all next week. Bye.